Welcome back. 2022 NXL Mid-Atlantic Major brought to you by MLKings and the Command Goggles System. They got the deflationary sale going on. We got inflation, they got the deflationary sale. Check out MLKings.com. We'll give you guys more information about that. Some chaos did go down at the end of that little altercation between Aftermath and New York Extreme. About to jump into this next set, though. It's going to be Latin Saints and the MLKings and Tampa Bay Damage and X Factor. Brand new look for the Latin Saints. Still in the Latin Saints jerseys over there on the red side of the field as referee going to check out their snake player. So again, brand new squad. They only have one player remaining after the implosion. And they're playing the MLKings, who have had quite the rise, man. Looking for them to have a big splash here at this event. Looks like
2-on-5 here, Matty.
Yeah,
MLKings, all the spots and all the bodies.
Yeah, MLKings looking real good, all getting all the way quickly into D4 after doing a little bit of work.
So Latin Saints were up with New York Extreme and Houston Heat at CCC this weekend and the last weekend in Albany, New York. And you know, this is the brand new, basically the Latin Saints have been together for 4 days. They had 4 days of practice for this event. And the first day was certainly very rough for them, but every day they got markedly better. And they know that, hey man, first we win a point, then we win a match. You know, then we win a game, then we win a match, and just, you know, little steps. They're not expecting anything other than to learn as much as they can from this event. It's a good organization. I think they have a good chance of building that program, based on what I saw in the last couple weekends.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, look, it's going to be now an evolving story because, I mean, it's been an evolving story, but, you know, they have this brand new roster. Again, just one body left after all of that chaos, and they did bring in Russell Jackson, very best friends with Tim Montresor, helped run the Iron City Classic.
To be fair, I think Tim and I were a little closer than Russell, but go ahead.
Fair enough.
Fine.
I'll tell Russell that you said that, but we'll talk a little bit more about that in their next point. Jumping into this first one, though, with San Antonio X Factor and Tampa Bay Damage. So Tampa Bay Damage, the winners at the last event.
Our first chance to look at him here.
Yeah, legends in the game, man, but it had been a long time since they had put a victory up on the board. Long ago, from 2011, 2012, they were the best team in paintball, won 3 events in a row.
Unstoppable.
They were unstoppable, and they still have a lot of the same guys essentially on the crew, with a couple different bodies from back then. But Ryan Smith, he's up there quickly getting in and trying to shut down the lane and get a shot on Rainey. Not able to get that shot in on Rainey as Rainey gets into the wedge clean.
At the same time, Billy Bernaccia sneaks in a snake, Matty. So now Rainey and Billy are going to work on pinching him out of there.
Looking at San Antonio X Factor to tighten things up a little bit from the loss that they took against Uprising. Yeah, they lost, I believe it was 5-2, and just not great survivability. They were having a lot of miscues and grinding their gears on offense.
Rainey makes the move in the middle to the little brick in the center there.
And Rich, they have no idea that he's there. Smith is looking here towards the snake side, trying to get the drop on Billy. He comes through and just gets punished by Rainey Stanzik, but Rainey does not know the Damage has made it into D3, so that does cost him his body still. It's a nice looking move here. And
yeah, might as well draw first blood, right?
Absolutely.
4-on-4 now, Rainey taking the offensive, going forward, getting his guy, but getting caught by the cross shot as he transitioned into the wing on Tampa Bay Damage's side of the field. Tampa Bay Damage with Snake Corner, Snake Juice Box, Dorito 1, and Dorito 3. X Factor with Snake 2, Billy Bernaccia, Dorito 1, Dorito Can, and the Juice Box with TJ Danner. So 4-on-4, similar field position. A little bit of advantage here with Billy Bernaccia in Snake 3.
And now it looks like LJ Parrish going to get into D2 here for X Factor. They're top of your screen. Bernaccia is in Snake 3. He's got a body in front of him mirrored up. And yeah, now Billy's going to get to the 50.
Oh.
Battle going down here in the Snake.
Wow, great instincts there from Billy to duck the cross shot from the Dorito and go forward.
So Billy keeping his gun up.
I wonder if he can go highway here, Matty.
I think.
You think cross shot has him?
Yeah, from D3, and now it looks like that's Jacob's going to go into D4. Might be Chad, I can't really see from here, but Damage does have a body that just moved into D4.
That's a great shot there.
Yeah, who's going to be the first to go? They're both posted. Billy knows he's there. They do not know that Billy is there.
Right.
Billy has not touched those bunkers. He just crawled on the inside route. He's waiting for that guy to commit to come bunker him at his initial or his other position he was just in.
Yeah, or hears gun inside, right? If he hears his gun inside, Billy will go.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, it looks like Meter Ninos runs to his desk trying to spread the field out after Parrish, I believe, took the walk, and now Damage is really getting things done on the D side.
He's gonna, look for Damage to go forward on that D side now.
Tactical retreat. Here comes.
Actually coming back to get Billy because he knows where Billy is.
Yeah, Chad saw a pink on Billy. There goes Jacob past the 50 here, hunting and trying to figure out how to crack this last one down is TJ Danner, who actually, in a loss, didn't look bad at all. He had really some highlight moments for him.
Yeah, he had some good points.
And again, he's just the consummate survivor in here.
They're going to get Billy.
Yeah, this is a minute and 20 we've had of the stand up in a snake, and no bunker move actually happens. Billy just, they just put too much of a pinch on him. So Jason Edwards there to help out. Who is this in the snake? Is this Lackey? Yeah, Jared Lackey here in the snake. They were battling with Billy, but getting a lot of help, man. Jacob Edwards blew up in that D side, had Chad Bougier right behind him, and just a really well played point. Nice execution here from Tampa Bay. It was a very tactical paintball point there.
Yeah, it looked like it was X Factor in the beginning there, and Tampa Bay Damage battled back for the win.
Yeah, Rainey with some nice moves.
Yeah.
That bunker move, but it was protected.
Billy the first in the snake.
Yeah, Billy got in the first in the snake. He got a little crafty in there as well, too. Lackey bided his time, though. Didn't bite on the bait. And then the Edwards brothers just played outstanding along with Chad Bougier. So very interesting point. A little bit of a chess match. Damage wins it, though. And X Factor going to have to dig out a bit of a hole. MLKings heavily favored here against the Latin Saints. But yeah, so I was talking to Russell Jackson, new coach here for the Saints, and I thought he had a lot of really great things to say.
Yeah, Russell's a smart guy.
He's a straight shooter, and he got him in a huddle, and he said, look, inside this circle, outside of this circle, as we get to look here at this replay, he said, outside of this circle, no one's going to respect you. The only way you're going to get the respect is if you earn it. But inside this circle, we have to respect each other.
Better respect each other.
Because we have a really, really big adventure in front of us here.
Yeah.
A bunch of divisional players from Latin America moving up and trying to play in the hardest division on planet Earth if you're a paintball player. So it could be potentially a long road for them, but we will see.
Yeah, if you ever wonder what it would be like to be, take you and all your divisional guys and jump up in pro bracket and see how you'd play, this is a good example of how you would do.
That's a really good point, Rich. That's exactly what's happening.
That's two really good points I made today. I'm just going to say, I'm going to write that down. I'm going to take the rest of the day off. I'm going to take the rest of the day off. Darren, in the booth, I'm out.
That's a negative there, sir. Yeah.
Saints with 3 across the back and the 2 wings in the middle, Matty. Good control positions. I don't like the guy in the center, but other than that, Saints in good 4 positions. I don't know if they know that the MLKings have slipped into the snake. And if not, he's about to feast. Yeah, there goes one. Looks like Greg in the middle. Greg sees him. Greg trades.
It's Connor Donaldson.
Yeah, Connor could have got all 4 or 5 of those guys had Greg not been there.
Carter Donaldson. It's Connor Kelly.
MLKings now filling the snake.
Oh, they're going to lose Mingo.
Saints shooting there.
No, that's Connor Kelly getting shot from the D side.
I think it's 2-on-1.
Yeah, I don't see any other Saints
3
players.
on 1,
it's
maybe?
just this one body over here he's in a good spot, but he's about to get eaten up by Betancourt. So Betancourt closes. Navarro was also still alive. Yeah, man, that starting 5 for the MLKings. Just been
Kyle
getting
Berry.
better and better. Now, I'm just interested to see with the Kings and the talent they do have and how hard those guys have been working and the chip they have on their shoulders. How far can they take it with that group, right? Like, do they get chewed apart? Can they stay together? They had some offers.
Yeah.
A lot of guys had a chance to go different places in the offseason, but decided to stay with the MLKings to see if they could make something happen with that group.
The longer they can stay together, the better they're going to be, right?
Yeah.
And that's the, like, I feel like that's where NYX is right now. They finally got a good group of guys. Now, if they can keep that group of guys together for a season and a half or however long it takes to mature that into a good team, they're going to be really a team to deal with. But keeping young guys together is even harder.
You know what's great for the morale too when you have like a new group of guys together? Good old team fight.
Oh yeah, nothing gets the blood flowing. Like watching Mike Hemmons stomp on your guys.
I'm just gonna throw like a team you might want to fight out there, like maybe Aftermath.
Yeah, just throw it out there. Any old team.
Jumping into this next point here. Tampa Bay Damage.
Keith Brown gets outside snake corner, and they take Dorito 1, Matt, so they got both guys outside. They lose their first player from the juice box, so Tampa Bay Damage down 1 player. 5-on-4 advantage here for X Factor. Early in the second point. Rainey releasing, Billy Bonacci releasing.
Yeah, it's Silos Cortez taking the walk, coming back onto the squad here from Damage. The shrapnel of the Latin Saints implosion. That was a really good pickup, man. Silos has been having a hell of a run with the Ironman. I felt just did such an amazing job for them last year, and then he came in and played really well for the Saints to help them get that 2nd place finish. But takes the early walk here for Tampa Bay. So right now, X Factor looked pretty good. They got Rainey in a good spot. Billy's back in the snake. Both those players here on your screen. Now they just need to get it going on the D side. They do have a body in D1, but that guy's breaking paint.
Yeah, Rainey thought the snake was hot, so he was waiting on it. Now the snake is hot with Keith Brown, but Rainey is repositioning back to that wing. He's gonna try to slow Keith Brown down. He's got Billy Berdacci in front of him.
Oh, they're trying the bounce shot
Yep.
off of Snake 1. Try to get a shot on Keith.
X Factor, 2 fast moves on the Dorito side, Matt. The wing now into the brick and the Dorito 3.
And gonna get Nick Sloviak in the booth here
Awesome.
as we're watching things go down here. Looking at the eye in the sky cable cam, looking towards that snake.
Hi, Nick Sloviak. How are you?
Hello, Rich Telford and Matthew Marshall.
So looks like Meter Ninos is gonna be taking the walk here from that middle towards the D side. They still have D4 with
Billy
Parrish.
snaps out Keith.
Looking pretty good here so far for X Factor. Yeah, they did lose Meter, but with Billy in the spot that he's in and the penetration they have with Parrish into D4, trying to figure out a way to pinch out these last couple bodies, though damage does have the field spread. So they got to be careful here on this close. Oh, nice little move from Billy.
Billy got caught, though.
So he trades out.
I think it's the one-on-one.
Great
Should go
trade by
two.
Billy, because now it's a 2-on-1.
2-on-1.
X Factor. Danner, I can't tell if that's Cody or LJ over there, and the Dorito looks like LJ. Playing the one lone body on your screen for damage in the first Dorito.
Oh, and Rainey's still alive as well.
Oh, where'd he
3
come
on 1.
from?
He came from the wing. But you just can't see because of the camera tower.
Yeah.
So 3 on 1. Looks like X Factor's going to win this point, tying it up.
Yeah, I don't
minutes left.
think that X Factor has the count quite right.
No.
They know it's low on bodies.
I think it's 3 on 2, I think.
And not only either damage conceded or he just took one. So good point by X Factor to even it up across the board. Guys, it came up here because I wanted your expert opinion on the disaster that was that last match for us.
I don't really think it was a disaster. You know, you guys lost, but you put some points up. So I definitely would not. A disaster would have been a 6-0 mercy rule.
Listen,
The
first
fact
of
you
all,
put up 4
Thank you,
points.
Rich.
first of all, the jerseys are amazing. Okay,
And the jerseys do
that's
look
number
really good.
1. Okay, that's where we start with, Nick. Okay, we work
Style
back
points.
from there.
I'd like the shield to be a bit bigger, but you know, I do like the color scheme.
I'll accommodate you on that one next time.
Yeah, so Tampa Bay, sorry, X Factor tying it up. They're just kind of posted up. So
Which interesting because I heard the
got
horn
time.
go off.
yeah, I thought I did too.
Could be one of the other fields we're next to.
Yeah, but the clock is running, and Rainey's just posted, just waiting. But yeah, no, with the Ironman game, I felt like you guys were playing pretty offensive-minded. I know you guys got Dynasty coming up, so that's going to be a big test for you.
Yeah, I like how you invited Ryan and Kyle up here.
Well, I got to get him in when I can.
I know.
So,
I was like,
it
oh,
just
you did that on
happened-
purpose.
it
Gave those
happened to
guys
be
the
that
on-
best
on
seats in the
purpose.
house.
It happened to be on your guys' game, so yes, they did get the scout the hell out of you.
Guys, which game would you like to come up? Oh, the Ironman game? Of course we can get you during the Ironman game. No problem.
No problem. That's the only time you can get in. Oh, fair enough. No, there was actually some goodness out there. You know, Chris Tregarth had some good points in the Snake. You had some good points out there. One of the big problems you guys had was team kills. You shot each other 4 times. Did you know that?
Yeah, I didn't even. So Al told me I shot him
Yep,
out
you
of
were
this
one of
wing, and I'll tell you what, you can hear it up here, the wind. When you're on the blue side,
Yeah.
shooting kind of with the wind, I was literally watching my stream on the break kind of go wishy-washy, and then when you're shooting from the red side to the blue side, trying to shoot higher, you see your paint kind of sail.
Float.
Yeah.
And so I honestly had no idea even shot Al.
You
When
gotta play
Al
the
walked
wind,
off.
bro.
You guys shot yourselves 4 times. Like, at least 3, I'm pretty sure 4 times. So
New
that
York
didn't help.
shot 2 of their own guys in 1 point.
Well, those stats don't count, so that's things. So both teams right now, the Saints versus MLKings, are doubled up in the back center. A little bit better breakout for the Saints now, as they are into the Dorito 2 and filtering out of the back center.
Yep.
No, I'm sorry,
Kings.
that's not the Saints. That is
Kings
the
are
Kings.
now in
That is
Dorito
the
3
Kings, I'm
and the
sorry.
wing. Latin Saints now in Snake 1.
Yeah, that's the Saints. They're on your screen, still doubled up in the back center, and the Dorito can't cross. He's going to look to get out.
MLKings up by 2 points here, Nick.
Yeah, they've been playing well.
They have.
The last 2
You know
events,
what
they
they're-
played pretty good.
They're starting to play with that confidence, right? That kind of like level did it a couple events ago where they started playing with that confidence. Now MLKings started to play with that confidence.
Yeah, you see the guys on
Oh,
that
back
team.
center for Latin Kings just got shot in the knee.
It's not coming out.
Yeah.
You see those guys
Just
really
the
adapting
penalty.
to the role that they're playing in
Yeah.
that race.
Absolutely,
So
absolutely.
definitely confidence. Saints now filtering out to the
Yeah,
snake
good fill
side.
to the corner and the juice box.
Still 5-on-5. No bodies have dropped for either team. As you're looking at the Saints corner player, he's got a player for the MLKings in front of him, and the MLKings now past the 50 on the Dorito side. See that battle in the snake developing 2-on-1 right there.
Saints
And-
losing their first play from the back center.
And they try to get a body out into D1. Looks like he's going to be taking the walk too.
Yeah. 3-on-5 advantage here for MLKings up by 2 points.
So the MLKings put themselves in really good positions and then just started locking lanes down. Win a gunfight here, lock a lane down there, get a kill.
And that's how, if you want to play defense on this field, that's what you do, baddies. You get into those key spots, and then you get your zone control. If you try to do the zone control from the back, it doesn't work.
And Rich and Nick, you hear how much they're talking it up. Great communication with the MLKings.
And it's so crucial here because you lose bodies with those big bunkers in the middle, right? You can't effectively see enough of the other side of the field to pay attention, so you have to have someone telling you. Saints drawing their first penalty here.
And I felt that, Nick, like that was one of the problems that you guys were having, is that though individually you were having guys get into decent spots, you had a couple early deaths out of spots that were killing you. You had some team kills that were killing you. But individually, we saw some good moves from some certain guys out there, but you weren't putting it all together as a team. And a lot of that was coming to that scramble communication when the moves have been made, and now we have to kind of reset and figure out, okay, well, what do I do now that I'm in a decent spot? So that was an issue. But the number 2 for you on the D side
it was Kyle and Zach.
Okay, it was Kyle and Zach. What's his last name? It's like
Nicola?
Yeah, Nicola.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was getting into really good spots. Died from some of those spots. But they might as well just let him start in D3. I mean, he was getting really good penetration, so more survivability from him. And then similar situation on the Snake. But you guys were, I mean, I liked the aggression. You were playing like the Ironmen are supposed to play. It wasn't bad. It was not a disaster. You just have those few little miscues here and there that really cost you certain points in close ones. Which is really allowed Energy Elite. And they just outplayed you guys. And you guys made enough mistakes they could capitalize on it. So jumping back in this next one, 1-1's the score. Got Tampa Bay Damage again, victorious at the last event in Texas. Got to feel really confident with how that's, how the whole team's playing. Went with 2 lines too, and arguably got better by picking up Silos, even though they lost Brad. So, you can make that argument. Brad's much more experienced, but Silos has been hot recently.
Yeah, Silos playing really good. You're looking at X Factor on your screen. Billy Bernaccio making his way up into the Snake. He's got Rainey right next to him.
I like that too. Those 2 guys so close together. It's really easy for those guys to communicate and work together. Oh, Billy with the cross shot on Dorito too.
Did you see?
I don't know if he got him.
His paint. I saw his paint. He shot that way and it looked like this first stream went all to the left because the wind was pushing it that way.
I just saw the guy's head disappear in Dorito, so I was like, oh, he felt that pressure.
But now Billy's in a good position to kind of control.
Yeah, control the whole center of the field, the whole Dorito side.
Rainey's doing a good job protecting, but you can see, I don't know if that is Silos on your screen on the left for damage, but getting in a really good position to launch to attack. If he stays low, it's going to be really tough for Rainey to see him. You can see Rainey's poised, just looking right in front of Billy.
Yeah, I think if I'm Rainey, then I'm pumping that bunker just a little bit, just to make CeeLo a little bit nervous, so he can't hear as well, and he's a little bit nervous, right? Because if he has enough time to figure out exactly where Billy's at and what he's doing and what Rainey's doing, he might be able to sneak through that gap.
This has been a couple times now in just the first couple of points where Billy is playing a little bit more of the aggressor, and he's getting into a little bit better of a position, forcing basically the damaged player to just clam up in that spot and totally have to dedicate what he's doing to just protecting himself from getting run down from Billy.
Yeah, and that's where I completely agree is a movement made now by LJ into the Dorito 3 on the far tape, is that Rainey needs to just be pumping that spot. Is look at this, Damage losing their first body out of that Snake corner. That's huge because now Billy can take the advantage on the Snake. He does. He trades out with Silos. That's going to give Rainey this whole side. Rainey sees it.
That was Smith, actually.
Oh, Brian Smith. Sorry about that, Silos. You would have lived. So now 1 body advantage. Does Rainey pick up the fill out?
No,
he doesn't.
Edwards get outside. That was a great fill.
And Rainey might have got shot.
Yeah, I saw a little bit of a flinch from Rainey, but I didn't see anything break off of him. Okay, he's clean.
I'm surprised Danner
didn't have that containment either.
Oh, and Rainey just takes
switches over and gets shot from cross field.
Nice shot moving up on the D side.
Jacob Edwards.
As he runs up and gets that crossfield elimination. And ball kind of dropped here on Danner as he's
100%.
still in the back. Off of those deaths, he should have gotten at least out to the corner and matched Jason Edwards.
I'll tell you what, Danner's survivability has been top notch. I mean, he's been in every single point.
3-on-3 here, boys.
But yeah, I do agree. It would have been nice if he was maybe out wide.
3rd point in this match, 10 minutes already burned off, boys.
Yeah, that's
real barn burner.
Yeah, well, it's been interesting.
It's been entertaining for sure.
It's been very much a chess match.
When I looked up and saw there was only 5 minutes left in a 1-to-1.
LJ Parrish trades with Jacob Edwards, so 2-on-2 now. Meter Ninos.
Great communication back and forth.
Yeah, I think it's Chad Bougier.
Yeah, Chad's
he gets the shot. He doesn't, but he sees Danner move out. He gets shot heads up by Meter, so now 2-on-1. Meter Ninos does not see Jason Edwards fill into the Snake. He's hunting for him. Danner.
Oh, he gets him.
Nice shot.
Wow, what a great cross shot.
Yeah, that was a coast-to-coast cross shot here in the wind from a very accurate
Meter should have been cheating
gunfighter.
that bunker outside for sure.
So we'll see if Dan. I mean, this has been a story often told here for X Factor.
TJ's got the win for him for
Tanner
sure.
left alive.
Well,
he's going to get a couple more feet per second with that win.
Yeah, Blue's definitely advantage, but Jacob gets him.
And Jason said shoots him.
Jason's not messing around out
Yeah,
there.
they're looking good, man. They're looking good. I mean, this is a tough test for X Factor right now.
Jason pulls off a 2-on-1 out of the snake. Come on, who does that?
It's Jason Edwards, man. What do you expect?
You can take that all the way back to Rainey missing that shot, switching
Letting the
Dorito
fill
side,
out, right?
but he switched Dorito
Containment
side.
is so important.
Yeah, he switched Dorito side, didn't get that across to Danner as far as I can see, and Danner stayed and didn't mirror him up. Danner could have gotten the snake. It was still a 2-on-1 on this side.
I agree with that.
Yeah,
Rainey dropped the ball, Dan and TJ dropped the ball.
And Jacob Edwards being smart enough when he moved to the Dorito 3 to shoot that crossfield shot and pick up Rainey, who realistically shouldn't even have been looking that way.
Yeah. Well, with Danner, maybe with the bodies in front of him at the time and how it devolved, could have been a little bit more offensive minded, but they've been losing so many bodies and he's been their anchor over there. So maybe he was thinking like, I have to stay alive because we have been getting chopped up. But that's why it's hard out here, right? You have to be able to make those little tiny adjustments.
Big move up the middle, but getting shot is MLKings. So one body advantage for the Latin Saints, who's on the right-hand side of your screen. You're looking at them right now as we pan back out to the MLKings.
Big bite over there on the G side.
And that is the Latin Saints on your screen. So
another body coming off here for the MLKings as Kyle Berry takes a walk. So Betancourt and Berry dead. Just 3 bodies alive and they're tucked in the pocket. Looks like they're going to lose another one here. I think that was.
So now 5-on-2.
Peterson, yeah.
Look for the concession here.
Look like the Saints are about to win their first professional paintball point with this squad of the Saints.
Well, it's like
that's the start,
like Russell said, and
that's
like
what he said.
Good coach
First
will say,
win 1 point.
Hey, our very first test out here is to see if we can win a point. And after that, we'll try to win a game.
Which, if you go back to Florida, when the Saints played their first professional point as that squad, they won.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just a whole different lat line, though.
Yeah,
so it's
still
completely irrelevant.
It just
the principle's the same.
It sets the tone. And
regardless of the names on the back, the principle's the same.
Confidence.
Well, they're trying to close, and they're doing it pretty nicely here. Some nice cohesive moves up the field for the Latin Saints. They chew up another body as Connor Kelly tries to do a desperation run out wide.
Filtered the corner there.
He made it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's big. They're winning, so again,
he shot one on the way out there.
As much time as you take, he does get eliminated.
Yeah, good point there for Latin Saints. 5 alive. Good job, guys. Congratulations. They worked hard to get that.
Yeah, good job getting that elimination up the middle. MLK is going all the way up to that Snake 50 brick, losing his first engagement, and then good slow progressive movement down the field by all the Saints on that point.
Now we'll see if X Factor, with just 4 minutes and 20 seconds left to go, with their starting 5 that they've been running every single point, Rainey Stanzik, Billy Bernaccia, LJ Parrish, TJ Danner, and Meter Nino. So that's a hell of a starting 5. But if you've been watching them play for this season, no Jesse Stevens here. Colt Roberts got COVID right before this event, so he was going to be on the roster and was super excited about it. Couldn't make it, though. Also, Ryan Brand's wife is having a baby, so we send best of luck to them. And so now Dixon has to pick up the clipboard and handle business in the coaching duties. They do have Cody Bayless here, and he's been a long-time member of that squad. I always hear really good things about Cody. We've seen some good things with Cody, but he's been dealing with injuries past year, but he's back and healthy if they need him.
Keith Brown, snake on the break.
Martinez, too.
Yeah, damage on your screen, double the back center, snake on the break, center can, Dorito
big bites.
All the way up to that Dorito wedge to play snake side.
Big bites.
No eliminations.
Holiday?
Yeah, Holiday in the center.
Yeah.
Did really well in Texas for them.
Yeah, he
First
did.
body to walk off, though, is Silos out of that snake can.
And X Factor's already through the gap that Keith Brown was looking at, so he's got to be careful that guy doesn't cross the next gap.
Nice job by LJ Parrish. Going to take 2 and stay alive. Then he gets taken out, heads up.
Nice 2-pack, though.
So 4-on-2 right now, I believe, is Keith Brown's in the snake 3. He's got Billy Bernaccia and Danner in front of him.
Nice move here into D4 from Meter. TJ Danner with a little outside move as well, too. Actually, Meter's in the back corner. Who's that over there? Yeah, no, it is Meter. Past the 50 here, trying to close this thing out.
Keith gets taken out, so only Jacob Edwards alive over there on the Dorito side, 4-on-1.
Yeah, this needs a little bit more communication here from X Factor. Looks like they're not going to need it. Those Meter is just going to dice
Tie
up
game, 3 minutes
Jacob
left.
or Jason, and he's going to go in and hit that buzzer. And we got ourselves a tie game with just 3 minutes.
Apologies, that was Jason. I'm sorry.
Just don't ever let it happen again, Nick. Just kidding. You can do whatever you want.
Well, they're both they're brothers. They're both really thick.
And they're related.
They're both 2 foot thick. Just Jacob is a little smaller than his big brother.
Yeah, but there's the one thing you can say that is great about Jason consistently. He is so good at filling in the gaps and the holes wherever they lose a body and having that field awareness and knowing where to go and adjust. 1 second he wins a 2-on-1 on the snake side. The next one he's battling down the Doritos.
He's that plug. He's always
moves.
finding a way to try to win that game.
Yeah, that's why those guys are just so invaluable. Those threes. You got the first attackers, and then you have that 2 position, which is arguably the hardest to play. But finding a really good mobile gunfighting, shoot off the break, good paintball IQ 3.
Good communicator.
Yeah, it's with a big voice that everyone can hear. Is kind of a tall order, man. It's tough to get somebody like that. Jason's been doing it for well over, I think, 15 years now.
So here we go, split screen breakout.
Saints pocket up again.
Saints on your left, Kings on the right.
Kings releasing Dorito side and Dorito side wing.
And opposite for the Saints, they come up to the snake side wing, going to shoot crossfield towards those Doritos. As the MLKings continue to go, now past the 50, the Saints lose a snake player. So you can see coordinated moving over there. Saints lose another player on the Dorito side in the tower.
Saints taking a big bite outside.
No one's looking that way. Both Dorito players look the other way, and they lose one.
You got one. Oh,
ooh, right in the top of the head. So at least a 4-on-2 right now for MLKings. 3-on-2 as they lose another Dorito player. 2 players in the snake right now. And that's
Kyle Berry over the top.
The MLKings player getting shots. Only the back center player alive now for the Saints.
Yeah, and he doesn't seem to know really where he wants to put his gun.
Yeah, 3-on-1. He's going to get clipped out here.
He's going to get blasted.
He's just running for the pits.
I don't think actually his gun wasn't. His gun was not feeding properly.
So now back to the 3-point spread with a lot of time left. We've seen a lot of quick points. Different scenario here as really long points. Locked at 2, just 3:10 left. It would be huge for X Factor after that first game that they dropped, and by a decent margin, to roll up here and defeat the team that just won the last event. So, but it's gotten really interesting. I mean, Impact dropped a game to Thunder. Heat dropped to AC Diesel. It was a great game. The Hurricanes beat New York Extreme. Yeah, it's been a wild day so far.
Both those teams, so aside from Impact being now at full strength, you could say, with getting back Alex Goldman and Justin Rabikoff, Heat's missing people, X Factor's missing people. So a lot of shakeups.
Dynasty's missing Alex Frazier.
Dynasty's missing some. Yeah, it's still. Yeah, that's a big piece. It's a big heart and soul piece of that team. But
won the MVP.
Definitely some
shakeups
here, going from the regional event, the last one we saw with 15 teams,
with a blind layout, crazy layout, back to a way more traditional standard layout.
Yeah, and even this one poses its own set of challenges with how big everything is. How lush this grass is, and how nice you can run and slide on it.
How nice it's. I mean,
it's
how nice is it to play on?
It
looks really
so
nice.
Compared to last year when it was like, well, there's no way you're not going to know someone filled the snake because there's dust everywhere, and you can just watch the cloud. Versus here, like, the NRG got in the snake 1 point. We had no idea.
Yeah,
just completely missed them, and we paid the price for that. But really nice. Hats off to the NXL for this one. As I remember the guy that had like the shirt made about seeding the grass. Anyway, here we go. Point number 5. That's X Factor on your screen. Bird's eye view. 3 guys playing towards the snake side.
Snake on the break again for Tampa Bay Damage with Jared Lackey.
Yeah, it's a gutsy play call, but they
Real
make it
gutsy.
clean.
And Billy gets in the snake, and 1 body drops for damage on the Dorito. So 1 body advantage for X Factor on your screen. That's meter in front of you.
Well, let's see if damage plays a little bit more. So Lackey's going to go into the snake and shoot inside, and then Billy's going to be content as a body walks off here for damage. It's going to be Jacob Edwards.
Well, from where Billy's at, he can shut down the center of the field and the first big cut from the 10 to the 20 on the Dorito side.
Yeah, it tells you a lot with communication with some of these higher tier teams on recognizing where the body's at in the snake, and then how the Dorito players and the Thunder players move off that. Because when you recognize the lanes that those snake guys can shoot, you just got to be really smart. And like LJ Parrish just made a good move out into the Dorito 1, did not get picked up. Meter's over here now to protect Billy and the snake. I think that might be Alex Martinez in the back center playing that Dorito side. Can't tell if that's him or Rainey.
I think it's Rainey.
Danner's doing the same stuff he's done.
2 minutes left in this match. Tied up 2-2.
If this might be the point.
Well, it might go to overtime here, right? It looks like it's going to go to overtime.
I mean, it might, but I definitely think between both these teams, being smart teams, looking at the clock, it's going to come down to crazy moves, and then someone's going to
last like 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely possible.
1:45.
see both players damage on your left, X Factor on your right, mirrored up in the snake. We're both playing different directions. Billy with Meter Ninos, Dimitri Ninos inside.
Nick, just you played this out here with this wind conditions. You'd rather be with the wind at your back?
100%.
100%.
Yeah, I figured. Just
I haven't played and I can answer that.
It's one of those things where like like the can and the back center tower are moving because of the wind blowing into them, and it makes it really tough to play tight when someone's pressing on the outside and to contain that lane.
And with the way the wind's blowing and having 2 sets of nets over here, and it just seems that the red side was bouncing around a lot more than the blue side.
1000%.
Yeah.
2 players in the snake now for damage is
as we hit the minute mark.
Jason, 3 bodies stacked over here for damage. So this is a real big opportunity as LJ Parrish gets shot. No, excuse me, Rain gets shot behind LJ Parrish.
That's a huge kill here for damage.
Meter's looking to go up the center.
Meter's looking to protect because he knows Jason's in the snake. And this is an opportunity. This is, and look at that. Billy gets a great shot on him, but he doesn't know that Lackey's right there. They trade. Lackey's going to go. Is he hit? If he is hit, that's a major. Meter makes a great move off of it. Looks like he makes it clean.
And Danner stays alive.
And Meter might get picked up right here. He's in a commit.
Parrish also, Meter comes over and just absolutely commits with a huge dunk.
That's a major on Meter.
Oh, major penalty going to be assessed on Meter. That's going to pull out
under 60 seconds at the swing point.
And it's going to be 20 seconds probably left. It's going to be a 1-point lead for damage. Where did Meter get hit?
I'll be honest.
It's like we say major on Meter. Definitely they threw the flag on him, and I can't see his right side. Any shots coming from the D side when he went and dunked on him. But
I'll say this though, I'm really surprised that Lackey wasn't checked out.
It's for jumping over the bunker, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I really hope not. Absolutely ridiculous call. Let's get a look at some of these replays and we can figure this out.
Billy shoots Jason, and now Lackey's going to launch.
Great timing from Lackey.
And Billy's saying he shot him here, right?
Well, I hope he didn't because it would have been a major on Billy because Billy's already shot.
So, yeah, you're right. Good call. But he's pointing at him.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter. He was shot first.
So
right there, barrel shot.
Oh,
yeah, that's a great call by the ref.
On his head. On his head right there.
Yeah. Okay. Meter didn't check off before he made the move, and it was whoever was in the Dorito can covering.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we saw that splat on Meter's head right there, and maybe one on his barrel as he went for the dunk. So a major penalty. It's a very close game, and advantage goes to damage. Now jumping in this next one to 3. Lots of time left in this one here. 8:20 to go still.
Giro up in the center wing for Latin Saints.
Yeah, Saints do lose a body off the break, and a huge move now by the MLKings all the way up to the 50 and Dorito 4.
The Kings have lost respect for the Saints. They're just flooding down inside the field now.
It's one of those things, like, you definitely, once you make it out there, if you don't see the paint on you, you might as well just run, because as long as you stick a little low into the outside, you're probably going to make it. It's so tough unless you're out there to get that elimination and hold, and it looks like the Saints do pick those bodies up.
Oh, he got another one.
Did he get him? He's not coming off.
Yeah,
so the MLKings player is now past the 50. It is a 4-on-4, and here come the Saints, going to make a big move all the way down to the commit and get him. He gets picked up.
He commits but does not get him.
So now, he does get him. Or the body does walk off now. So 3-on-3, 2 bodies on the snake side for the Kings, 2 bodies on the snake side for the Saints. And it looks like the Saints lose their Dorito player, so this MLKings going to run blindly through, give up their 1-body advantage. I am mistaken. There is a body left alive for the Saints over there. He's going to clock in and get himself.
Still 2 bodies left alive. He's going to come through. Connor's begging for a penalty. He's not going to get it. Navarro comes off as well.
Should have got it.
I don't know if you guys can hear this at home, but it's a little windy out here. So if any time you hear like some loud banging noises, that might be us getting blowed off for the commentating stand falling to our death.
If you hear a big yell and a crash, call 911.
Please call 911.
Because I'm old. I'm going to need a stretcher.
Tell my wife and kids I love them.
At Weird1NTS is my Venmo if you want to buy us beer.
Yeah, that too.
Hit me up. Maddie is an IPA guy. Rich
is a twisted tea guy.
Twisted tea guy.
Just kidding. Regular tea
the
guy.
The darker the beer, the better for me. So again, at Weird1NTS, Venmo. Keep the pipes of these 2 fine gentlemen moist.
Moist.
Damp.
It's a lot of talking.
It's windy up here, like.
It's very windy.
I'm already feeling
really dry me out.
Yeah, I'll tell you what though. I'll take this wind over the what was it supposed to be?
The rain.
92 and like feeling like 96.
Feel like 108.
I'll say this though. Like when you are out and the sun's out, you feel it.
Yeah.
It's definitely.
It was getting pretty hot before the wind kicked up, but now it's. Let's get an update here. So there, it looks like a technical review here from our commissioner, Jason Trozen. Get an update here from the booth
and
to see exactly what the deal is.
The reasoning too is that any call, any major under 60 seconds has to be reviewed. That's the rule because it is a swing point, so they're going to take the time to review those calls.
And that makes, of course, the most sense in the world. But I got info from down in the booth that they're looking at the snake battle.
Yeah.
That move from Billy.
Yeah.
So
See if Billy got
but
him
it
or
still
not.
wouldn't go towards, because I mean,
Wouldn't help
looking at the
X Factor.
replay, it looked like, even though Billy was begging for the penalty, it looked like he got shot first as he was spinning.
Yeah, and Meter was wrapping around the other way, so maybe Danner could have got a shot on him, but when we watched the replay we saw, I saw nothing come off Lackey.
Yeah, and again, it's tough to see from that inside angle because the camera's from the opposite angle, but we do have multiple angles. Okay, so X Factor, I'm getting info that X Factor will start with 4.
But I do see that question pop up all the time from you viewers at home about why more calls are not reviewed, and there's just a certain set of rules/guidelines as to why only certain things are reviewed based on
how much we all whine.
Well, 1, you can't review everything.
Review everything.
Right, and 2, because it is a swing point under 60 seconds for a major, they are going to review it no matter what.
23 seconds left. X Factor going out with 4.
I only see 3.
There's 4.
There is 4. I missed the one guy coming out of the corner. Looks like everyone does make it.
They lose their one Drew side.
They do lose 1 on the Drudo side.
3 on
14
5.
seconds.
It's like our Texas champs are going to win their first match here.
Yes, looks like they are. Good trade with Meter. And kind of unfortunate.
Yeah.
You know, it's one of those things where, like, it's interesting because I do wonder if Meter didn't switch because of with him switching to try and contend with Jason Edwards pushing on the snake.
Right.
He came to the inside.
Forced the pressure.
Didn't look tape, and that allowed Lackey's move to get Billy clean.
Yeah.
And caused that to happen. And I'd say uncharacteristic of Meter not to check off on the Dorito side. If he would have looked, he probably could have edged the Dorito can player. Got that elimination, then it would have been a 2 or 3 on 1.
Yep.
Yeah.
And they would have had that point, and it would have been an opposite. No penalty on either team, and it would have been damage would have had to go at them 5 on 5, 20 seconds left. So it's just those small things, man. Those are the small things
That's how it goes out here, man.
Yeah, we've been seeing that. That's how it is every event. That's how it is every game. There's these little things out here that make the huge difference, especially when you have 2 insanely good paintball teams like Damage and X Factor playing each other in a 1-point match with barely any time left. It does come down occasionally to just one specific mistake. So split screen breakout here is Saints only down by 2. They've been able to put 2 points on the board against the MLKings.
Both teams dropping a
4
body.
4.
It looks like the MLKings lose their Dorito while the Saints lose their body up the center and they make a big move to the Dorito 3.
Bedford is just willing himself into down this snake side here.
Yeah, I feel like MLKings are playing a little bit too loose and reckless here because they're playing against the Saints.
I agree.
Don't have a real good feel yet. If they kind of go into this next match with this kind of swagger, I feel like they're going to be disappointed.
We're going to see a major penalty on the Saints.
Oh, that's too bad.
That was a good call.
That was
he did lean back in.
Major,
yeah, he leaned in, leaned right back out.
That was a good call. The ref was right there, saw him get shot, and he just decided to go ahead and take it. But
still 1 body left alive. Got to count the kills.
Gutsy move to continue to go, and he didn't get shot. So, like, I think kind of like you said there, like that was a very reckless move by the MLKings player. He made it, and they had the bodies.
But you can, the way that everything is, if you watch enough paintball, everything's telegraphed by the body language. And you can tell the MLKings really don't respect the Latin Saints, and rightfully so. Just like Russell told him. You know, Russell Jackson is their new coach. Remember one of Tim's best friends?
Shout out to Patrick. $25 for us thirsty boys up here.
Oh, thank you so much, Patrick. Look at you, Nick. Just asking, you shall receive.
Yeah, baby.
So Russell Jackson is the coach for the Saints, and I don't think you were here when we were talking about this, but he got all the guys in huddle first day. He's like, look, let's get in a huddle. He's like, look at this circle. Outside of this circle, you're not going to get any respect from anybody out here because you haven't earned it yet. And you can see that in the way that the MLKings are trying to bully the Latin Saints off the field. They're running into spots they never would run into the way they're running into them, even though they play a pretty loose style of paintball. And that because Russell's right. He's like, look, no one's going to respect you out here until you earn it. Until you start beating teams and winning points, then everyone's going to treat you like the divisional players that you are. And he's like, but inside the circle, we have to respect each other and build on what we have. I thought that's an amazing thing for a rookie pro coach. You know, Russell was also blatantly honest about that. He's like, look, I've never coached a pro team, been around this forever, but you guys never played pro paintball. So we're all starting from the same place here.
Let's be real.
Marriage made in heaven.
It's just, hey, dude, Russell is a straight shooter, man. He doesn't miss many words.
Yeah, and hats off to him for embracing
Accepting that challenge.
Yeah.
You know, and again, he was one of the guys that helped Tim Montresor make the Iron City Classic a thing, and Tim always spoke very highly about Russell, and then when I worked with Russell, I understood why. So I think they're just given some time, but they've only had 100 points together, which is a lot of points in 4 days, but...
That is a lot of points in 4 days.
But,
Guys, if you think about it, it's really only 25 points a day.
Rich, can you just let me sell it for a
Sorry.
second?
Rich Telford and Matty Marshall, folks. This is not their first time doing commentating together, if you didn't know. And just joining us, we are in two-minute break between points because the Damage X Factor game has concluded. Damage won that game by 1 with a score of 3-2.
Yeah, 3-2.
So here we go, point number 8. You're watching the MLKings on your screen. Looks like the Saints going to lose their Dorito runner. Big move up and across into the Dorito. I like that move. They lose another body over here on the Snake side, so 5-on-3, 2-bot advantage for the team crawling in the Snake right there. Ooh, does he come around too much? A little bit. So at least the Saints player knows that he's there.
Yeah, he's pushing up against that bunker pretty recklessly, too. It's Betancourt.
Yeah.
He does get the cross-shot kill.
Yeah, and the body does die for the Saints on that side, so, and no, only one body left alive for the Saints. He's going to push forward into the Doritos, and he's going to get just chopped up. I don't think the MLKings lost a body on that one.
Yep, they just shot themselves, so they did lose 1.
Oh, another team kill?
Yep.
I've never seen this many team kills. I think we're up to 9 today. That's a lot.
Minimum.
I'm going to blame the wind.
This was even before the wind. This was this morning. We had some
Yeah,
kills this
some of them
morning.
are just in lane. Like the guy's just in the middle lane, the guy comes out and just blazes him. You're like, oh, jeez. Same team, guys.
I definitely did think that would happen a lot in the Snake. If you had 4 people down the tape, corner to corner, and Snake in the Snake, because of how wide out those mini walls are.
Mm-hmm.
If your team guy decides to come over the top and you're shooting corner to corner, you're not. I mean, whack-a-mole, man. You're not going to know. And it's like, hey, dude, if I'm in the corner behind you, just play the inside or wrap low on the tape. Do not come over the top because you will get shot.
Yeah, and I think it was Keys that dove into the Snake, and we had Kyle Spick up here, who's a Snake specialist. And he had said, he's like, well, to be fair, Alex did go in pretty high into the Snake, so kind of ran into.
Oh, he got shot going in
by his own team.
I mean, I didn't see it.
Yeah. That was one of the team kills.
Okay.
But again, he did go in kind of high into the Snake. So, but it's just one of those things. It's weird things happen sometimes. I just can't remember the last time I've seen this many friendly fire kills in a day of paintball in the professional division.
I know a lot happened in Florida last year when we had that big. Maybe was it last year when they had that big, crazy the Sunshine Open? They had that crazy double brick thing.
2021.
Yeah. Yeah, 'cause people would go up there and wrap around either side. And you'd be shooting cross, and then someone would stand up. Yeah, that was pretty wild.
It still wasn't quite this many, though. But yes, there was a decent amount. So your thoughts on your match against Dynasty coming up, Nick?
Well, I mean, they do play a game, so I'm interested in looking at where their personnel are going to go, how aggressive they're going to play on the Dorito side and the Snake side. Because the one thing I noticed this morning is a lot of people were playing conservative.
Yep.
Way more conservative than I thought.
Aggressive teams playing conservative.
Yeah. And I tell you what, it's hard. There's some good lanes on the Dorito one. There's definitely some good lanes on the Snake. But if you make it into those spots and the other teams don't, and you go down the tape, it pays.
I feel like because the level of paintball has got higher, that teams don't wait until Sunday to start tightening things up. I feel like they start tightening things up Friday, Saturday now.
Yeah, so I don't know. The MLKings player looked like he started on time to me, but he went to go tag up, and I'm not sure if the ref called him out or that was interesting. What just happened? Wow.
Yeah, MLKing player went over to get him, missed him.
And just kind of stood there. And then
just stood there, and then
the Saints player shot him again.
Yeah.
He's getting checked out, so hopefully he's not hit. So good heads up play by the Saints guy.
Yeah, I don't know that they knew he was in there, so.
Alexis here in the Snake for the Saints.
Looked like he tried to go. He knew he was there.
Yeah, stayed alive in that chaos. Connor Kelly coming off. There's Peterson's going to take the walk for the MLKings. Still one body in the back corner bunker. And he's going to get shot crossfield as well, too. So the Saints are going to put up their 3rd point.
That's right.
4:30 left to go. They're still looking for more bodies.
I mean, they're keeping it decently close. They're not getting blown off the field.
Yeah, and I think this is a little bit more the MLKings playing so sloppy and loose than, unfortunately, the Saints playing well, but I'm happy they're scoring points.
Yeah, I do think the MLKings are taking the Saints a little lightly. Again, just watching the body language and the moves they're trying to make. They're just really trying to bully these
Showing
guys
off
around.
a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. taking that extra bite. You know, a little
We're
bit.
finally not the underdog, guys. Let's go have some fun.
I mean, I'll give it to him though, right? If there was a time to do it, now is the time.
Yeah.
Like go out there, try and punch him in the mouth every point you can, and set the pace. And again, now I mean you've got a 3-point lead. Now's the time to really test some things out, get your bodies comfortable. Because I mean, who do they have next game?
The Saints?
Yeah, or both MLKings.
Saints play Uprising, and MLKings play Damage.
Yeah. Okay. And I say MLKings and Damage are both in Florida. I'm sure
Very
familiar with each other.
Yeah.
Jinx. Patty can't talk anymore, Rich.
It's been a long
Is
time.
that how
It's been a long time.
Is that how Jinxes work?
Oh, Daniel Medley. You got more beer money, boys.
Wow. Look at you, Nick.
You know, I don't
Sending
drink
it
beer,
out
right?
to the world.
It's cold-blooded, bro.
Okay, what do you guys want?
I guess it's all for me and Nick then.
Yeah. That's good.
Your loss, Rich.
Yeah.
Maybe you shouldn't have been such a thug when you were younger, you know?
Just never had a taste for it, really.
Understandable. Hey, more power to you, man. Probably going to live longer than me.
Definitely not. Didn't drink the sewage water.
Ooh,
It's
story
gutter
time.
water. Gutter water, Rich.
Oh, that's
Come
right,
on.
sorry.
Gutter water. Got to build that immunity up.
That's right. Toughen
you're
you
a
right
child.
up. Start from the inside out.
Appreciate all you guys back home watching the NXL Philadelphia Open?
Mid-Atlantic.
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 Major.
Major.
Appreciate you guys
Major
supporting
these
my
days.
friends' drinking habits.
Nailed it.
Nailed it.
Got it.
Yeah, brought to you by Bunker Kings.
I know where I
and
am.
Goggle System.
Most of the time.
Got the deflationary sale going on. If you go to bunkerkings.com.
About 5 seconds here, looking at the MLKings on your screen with 3-point lead. Point number 10 right now.
See if they
Is
turn it
this
on
the
this
highest
point.
scoring game we've had?
6-3. No, we had a 7-3 game earlier.
Sure gets cocked up center.
By the time this is done, this will be the highest scoring game.
Yeah. Both teams now losing a body on the Snake side. See a split screen breakout as the Saints lose a body. Filling out over here. That is the Saints on your screen playing towards the MLKings. And the MLKings not really having to do, they don't have to go anywhere too drastically, and they are doubled up in the back center still.
Yeah, Druido can do back center, snake insert. But it looks like they're playing like, hey, we're up by 3 points with 3 minutes left. Let's just shoot our guns, play smart.
Which is, look, again, like we were talking about how they've been playing kind of reckless. They lose a body, heads up on the Snake side on the break.
Yeah,
now they're
tighten
playing
up.
it kind of slow, looking to get to spots, hopefully to recognize where to lock down some loans. They want to lock down loans. Lock them in.
Hey,
Defense hike up
9%.
the
tax rate,
rates are
baby.
up.
9%.
You don't want to lock loans in right now.
Yeah.
Hopefully you already locked them in.
Unless you're lending the money.
Indeed. Indeed.
Sorry about that. Tongue flip. Saints, though, in that Dorito 3, you can see the
Yeah.
battle here on the Snake side.
And release that Druido 4 where their shots are going to improve. Saints also in the snake now, Nick.
Yeah, MLKings, both teams mirrored up over there. Still better field position for the Saints as they're now under the Dorito 4.
And the first one that's going to be vulnerable on the MLKings is the guy in that center can there. Obviously, his angle gets the worst as both takes push forward.
Yeah, if the center can or if the Snake 1 player for the Saints really decides to put pressure on the Dorito can, that's what he's shooting at right now. He's just got to choose to push it kind of because the Saints are now past the 50 on the Dorito side. And as long as this Snake player over here can keep that Dorito can this way, it makes it a lot easier for the Dorito side of the Saints.
Kyle Berry
push.
finally gets
He
caught
does-
in that
yeah.
Druido can. He was wheeling and dealing back then, trying to stay alive.
Yeah, and all he had to do really
Look at
is
this, though. Here comes Donaldson.
Oh,
Donaldson's
they
untouched
dropped.
into the backfield. He gets
go for the
one.
buzzer, go for the buzzer.
He's going to get 2. He's not going for the buzzer. He's going for kills.
He gets him.
And he
Gets the
just
3-pack.
obliterates everybody. So, yeah, I mean, Donaldson's one of those guys that if you don't put pressure on Donaldson and he sees it, he's going to get off to the races, waves at his teammates, being like, yeah, I won that one single-handedly, boys. I got this one.
Oh, guys,
I got
don't worry.
You got that
Yeah.
other one. I got this one.
Don't bother coming down here. I got it.
Well, he might have. I wonder if he got himself a 4-pack because I thought there was a Saints player behind the Snake guy, and maybe I just missed him walking off. But a great heads-up play by him to come over the top of the Snake 1, read that there was no pressure, and his mirror was not playing him, and just launch and get those at least 3 kills.
Yep.
3 eliminations.
Yeah, and so now we're going to have a 4-point spread. But to be honest, because the Saints are a bunch of divisional players making a really huge bump up, not getting mercy rule losses is a win at this point. Again, step 1, win points, right? Don't get mercy ruled. That would be a nice little step 2. Then step 3 is a big stretch from there, but we start winning some games, try to win 1 game. Again, they had a second place finish at the first event, so they don't have to worry about getting relegated. That's not in the equation for the Saints here this year because there is such a huge difference in the points between second place and 20th place. So they have some time to work with here. And again, they put up 3 points on the MLKings, but you know, you got to put a gun on Connor Donaldson. Sorry, Carter Donaldson.
Kata.
I feel like he should just change his name to something that flows a little bit better for us. We're always struggling with it.
I mean,
CD?
I don't normally struggle with that one, but
KD?
you threw it in my head when you said Connor earlier.
K Carter?
CD?
C Carter. C-A-T-R.
You have Connor Kelly and then Carter. They're both. Well, Kelly definitely has some size on Donaldson, but a little bit bigger, and he's got great hair, so that you can tell them apart actually pretty easily.
Man crush.
Hey, dude, I'm bald. You know, guys with gray hair like Nick. Nick's got some great hair.
It's amazing.
I mean, I'd go beard for beard with them, but mine's pretty gray, so I'm trying not to let it get as long as yours.
Distinguished, man. You'd be a wizard.
I don't think that's a compliment. Just so you know, when you get to Matt and I's age, that's not a compliment.
A wizard?
A wizard, yeah, it's not a
I'll take
compliment.
it.
Dude, man. Wizards are cool.
Wizards are cool.
Wizards are in this year?
You just keep believing that, Nick.
I'm with you on that, Nick. I'll side with you on that one.
Come on, man.
Rich, you're crazy.
Some D&D, Gandalf the Gray, Gandalf the White. Let's go. Well, I know you're out there. Come on.
Come on.
Got my Magic
Where are
the
my tree
Gathering
people
squad.
at? Where are my tree people at?
Yeah. There you go. 10 seconds.
Where are my tree people at?
Point number 11. MLKings on your screen, double in the back center. Do they get any eliminations?
Hey,
Do they
Saints
flow
looking
up?
good, man.
They do lose their Dorito player.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, MLKings losing it, the Drea side body,
So, I want-
and
he
asking
has-
for a check.
Yeah, he got
too.
shot in the
he
leg.
definitely got shot in the
He
leg.
looked down, sees it.
Saints lose a body, still 4 bodies alive, and they're making a move here. And yeah, so the body coming off right now for
Right
the
at-
MLKings.
There's a giant hit in his leg. He looks at it. Hey, ref.
Hey, let me know what do you think about this leg hit.
For me.
I just want to make sure it's not a penalty. It's not? Okay, cool, thanks.
Yeah, but good counterpunch by the Saints to get the flow all the way back up there
Yeah, they
in the Dorito 50 brick.
Yeah, they read and reacted really well
But
to those moves.
He doesn't have his gun up, and he misses the fill out by the Kings player into the snake insert bunker, the lay down juice box, and you can see the 2 players, the MLKings, on your screen in the Dorito 1 in the back center, and now coming up on a minute left in this match.
So many players lose those free kills in the beginning of those points when they're not just pumping the gas between 2 bunkers. You know, when they're waiting for the guy to go, then the guy goes and he follows him in there with that line of paint.
Yeah, and I mean, it's tough. You will see the better players, the better teams, consistently fill those gaps because it's an understanding if one on especially a layout like this, if there's no one up there, they're going to try to go. And 2, if you've eliminated the first guy, the objective is still the same: is to get down the field and press the tapes.
And it's the same for them if they
Here
lose
comes
their
a big
outside
move.
guy.
Connor Kelly
Whoa,
with an absolute
big release.
massive move. Gets all the way through, gets 1, gets 2. No one looking down that sideline as he gets a nice little 3-pack. So it was Donaldson before. This time it's Connor Kelly as he chucks a pot in the air, celebrating, selling it to the crowd as they put their 8th point on the board here, making it a 5-point spread. But just 14 seconds left to go, so not going to be able to most likely get that mercy rule. Still, that's a real good point spread and a victory here for the MLKings, but we'll see 1 more point.
Yeah, but there's that again. That's the press down the tape.
Well, and this is a learning moment for the Latin Saints. You can't, when you're playing in the Pro Division, you have to constantly be understanding which lanes you need to lock down and having guns everywhere. You can't just completely go to sleep on one side of the field. They had 2 guys on the D side. They both were looking inside. No one was looking at Connor Kelly. He was feeling 0 pressure, and he realized he could just run down and shoot everybody, and that's exactly what he did.
Yeah, I mean, and I'll say this to both teams' credit. There's been a lot of bodies dropping back and forth. Like that was essentially a 3-on-3.
Meat grinder, right?
Like it's so, you know, you're gonna give the, I guess what the benefit of the doubt kind of to the Saints. Like they just don't have the experience when it comes to that. To like, hey, the scramble paintballs happened, bodies have dropped, I've repositioned. I need to know what's in front of me and know how to defend myself, and that all comes down to, you know, practicing. And I'm pretty confident the first weekend they didn't all play together. I think they only had one really full big weekend together, and then they played, I think, kind of during the week it was. Like you said, they got like 100 points in. But I know a few of those guys were in San Diego the first weekend the layout dropped, playing at Camp Pendleton or Victory Paintball Park. So, you know, that's just one of those things. Like if you could go back over the tape, is just look where those holes came from and look how was that move allowed to happen on both sides. Those last 2 points is, hey, no one was dedicated to look this way, either as a backup to watch their front guy or as a front guy if you're alone on an island. you got to know where the threat is. And it's typically, if you recognize the body's dropped from the center, it's going to be the guy in front of you.
Yeah, so we got about a minute or 10 seconds to go before the start of what will be the last point, 5-point spread. So MLKings did what they needed to do here. Coming in, and Rich, you kind of said it best. It's like, hey, if you guys are out there and you're watching this and you play divisional paintball, high-level divisional paintball, and you're wondering what it would be like for you and your boys to go play pro paintball, well, that question's getting answered right now because that's essentially what the Saints are. But it's not even you and your boys that have been playing together for a long time. These guys have kind of all come together.
Yeah, that makes
to take
it
this
it's even tougher
opportunity, so
than
it's
that.
even harder.
Yeah.
Nick, what do you got for me?
So going back to Daniel Medley, need you to hand Sam Mobile a Smirnoff Ice, please and thank you. And Roy Richard.
Those are disgusting.
Roy Richard sent $20 for Rich Telford to get some fancy soda or tea.
Oh, thanks, Roy. I'll enjoy my fancy soda.
Yeah, gotcha on that one. Shout out to Roy, Daniel, and Patrick.
Roy Richard.
They're East Coasters now,
one
right?
One of my favorite human beings.
Me too.
Yeah,
Me too.
Roy, you traitor.
Yeah, I know, bro.
He's living in
Way to do
North
what's best for your
Carolina.
family instead of hanging out with your boys.
So
Yeah.
we got to ice Sam Monville for Medley. I'll get on that.
Ugh, those are so gross. I don't know why anyone ever drinks those things.
18 seconds to go in this 12th point. Big run by the MLKings as they're trying to win this one. And
Yeah,
they
why
might
not?
just do it.
Yeah, they're trying for the mercy rule here. They got 8 seconds to work with. I don't think they're going to have enough. They shot everyone. They got 4 seconds.
They got it.
Maybe. Oh, they got 3 guys converging on the buzzer, but I don't think they had enough time. They needed about another second.
They should have given it to him. That's ridiculous.
Wow, so trying to score a 15-second point out here. Needed 16. They could have had a 16, 18 seconds. Well, could have had it would have been a 19-second point then. Still,
A friend of mine did it in 7 seconds, so no big deal.
So well done here. MLKings do take the victory. They needed to take, and it was a big one here. Huge point spread on that one. So they're sitting with a 1-0 cushy on the point spread. Damage with the victory as well too. 3 sets to go. Nick, best of luck this afternoon. Gonna be playing the Dynasty boys at 5:45 here Eastern time. And we're gonna see Dynasty play the first game of their tournament here against Infamous. Also Infamous's first match. Also Legion taking the field to take on Energy Elite, who had a big win over the Ironmen. More action coming at you from the 2022 NXL Mid-Atlantic Major, brought to you by Bunker Kings and the Command Goggle System. We'll be back.